making our way to Pilot Mountain in North Carolina. Well guys, we made it to Pilot Mountain State Park here in North Carolina. We already got ourselves a view. Nice thing about this state park is that you can drive to the top of the mountain. You already start off with a view, so hard to complain there. The Yadkin Valley. It looks like this map could be updated. Looks like it's been kind of deteriorating over time. And if you look far enough off in the distance, I'll get a picture on my phone that can zoom in quite a bit more than this GoPro. You can actually see the Winston-Salem buildings up there in the background, and might even be Greensboro all the way off there in the distance along the horizon. Well, that's our initial view, but now we're actually going to go hike, and we'll show you the precipice, not the precipice, is that the word? The precipice of this mountain, the peak. To actually get to the peak itself, you have to climb, I believe, but you can hike around the base of it. Quite the view here. Right over there is where we're going to be hiking. This first trail we're taking is about 0.9 miles. If I did my research correctly, and it'll just take us around the base of that point, top of the mountain. Just absolutely beautiful here in the summertime with all the lush vegetation. It's like a mix of steps and some rock formations you have to hike over here. So the trail we're going to be taking is actually down there. And off into the distance over there is Hanging Rock State Park. I should probably research on how to pronounce things before we head to the parks, but we're going to head down that trail. Summit closes at 6:45, so in 5 minutes. Just kidding. We're here in the morning. Looks like we got to hike down before we can hike up. So I stand corrected, the big pinnacle is closed to climbing, so you cannot climb to the top. I thought I saw some people doing it, but maybe they weren't supposed to. Pretty cool rock formations off the side of this pinnacle. You get a view the entire time too. Can't really see off into the distance because of the contrast. Look at that. Oh, my head's gonna fall off. Not quite as epic as Devil's Tower off in Wyoming, but kind of reminds me of that, hiking around this. Much smaller scale.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you were thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
Gotta stay in the shade. Beautiful view of the highway. My goodness, we did pick a warm day to come here. It's like walking through a steamy hot cloud right now. And it's only like 10 in the morning, I think, something like that. Good thing we got here early. It's kind of interesting because Hanging Rock State Park, Pilot Mountain State Park, it's not along any epic ridgeline or anything. They're just kind of standalone mountains, and all the views around you are almost completely, I mean, they're still rolling small hills, but basically flat in comparison to these two state parks. You can actually see the parking down there. If you want to hike up the entire mountain, you can start at the base and work your way up as well. We did not take on that challenge on this warm day. What were you gonna say? Yeah, it does look like there's an RV park over there. I don't know if it's part of the state park or something different, but if you do want to come explore that, it looks like there's an RV park, and that would be to the southeast, I think. Yeah, we might have to look up the name of that RV park. If I can remember to, and I'm not lazy, I'll put that in this video. Some birds circling up there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, as soon as I say that, they fly away. If you keep on looking off that direction to the left, you can kind of see the Blue Ridge Mountains off into the distance, that big line before it drops off the shelf.
It's nice and cool over here.
Yeah, in the shade it's wonderful.
Vultures?
They're back.
They just left.
Oh, there's a vulture. Or a hawk. I can't really tell.
They're vultures.
Waiting for us to succumb to the heat. Smell of cedar and pine is just making it that much better of a hike. This trail feels like climbing a 10-story building 10 times. Oh, I didn't see the 10 times part before. All right. We'll see if we do all of it. We at least want to go hike up to the top. 100 stories is a lot more intimidating than 10 stories 10 times, in my opinion. Where are you going? This way? It's pretty cool views of the Pinnacle, Pilot Mountain, and Hanging Rock State Park way out there in the distance. So I think what we'll do is go back to the parking lot and take one of the other trails heading to the west of the parking lot, so at least we know where we are. So yeah, looking at a map, you'd think after how many trails we've hiked in our lifetime that we'd look at a map before we start hiking, but we didn't do it this time. But that trail we were just on not too long ago, you can take it down, it's along the ledge. Then you can hike up a different trail, Grindstone Trail, back up to the parking lot. But we weren't sure how long Grindstone Trail is. Is this the same one with the Sassafras Trail? Want to go check out the Kids Overlook Trail? Sassafras Trail kind of looks like our driveway. Also as Deanna almost slips, all the erosion, water running down here. Couple cool overlooks. We'll go down to the main one over here. Apparently the cicada just hopped out. They just witnessed this cicada hatching, as previous hikers. Pretty cool overlook down here. Hanging Rock State Park again. Another view of the Pinnacle. The kids' trail is more rugged than the adult trails. Gotta be tough to be a kid. My original plan looking at all trails was to hike along that ledge and go up the Grindstone, but I forgot what the names of the trails were. That's what happens when you don't come prepared to a place like this. But we're gonna probably hike down to the Grindstone and just hike down a little bit and come right back up rather than doing that whole loop again. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, there's still glare on this, so I can't really show you very well, but off that direction are the Blue Ridge Mountains. Point Lookout is 5,445 feet, and the tallest peak in Virginia is actually Mount Rogers, 5,730 feet off that way, which I think the tree might actually be blocking now. Oh no, it's like hiking 100 stories. So basically this mountain, if you hike the whole trail, it's 100 stories. Which honestly isn't too bad for a mountain.
Is that like 50 stories up and 50 stories down? There's 100 stories up and 100 stories down.
I don't know. If you're coming to this trail or to this park, and if you want to do what I was wanting to do, you could do it two different ways. You can make it into a loop. If you want to make the best for last, I would go to the Grindstone Trail first, go which way we're going now. Then once you hit up is it the Ledge Trail?
I think, yeah, it was
something ledge. See, I already forget. Which is why I get lost sometimes. But you hit the Ledge Trail, and that'll take you along the ledge where a lot of the climbers and stuff are. Take you back to the Pinnacle, then you can hike a loop around the Pinnacle, and then come back to the parking lot. And I think that was supposed to be like a 3 or 4 mile loop or something like that. And that's what I really wanted. We usually just hike like 5 or 6 miles at each of these parks. Once it becomes fall or winter time, when it's a little bit cooler, we might expand that to 8 or 9 miles. 0.5 miles, so we just hiked a half mile. So it'll be a mile extra. Three Bears Gully. definitely watch your footing because you can slip and fall. I was tripping over the smaller rocks. Imagine me tripping over the bigger rocks. Check out that view. It looks like there's a trail right down there where you have more of the, that must be the ledge trail at the bottom. All right, so this trail isn't really that marked.
Not really marked at all. But there's this big outcropping.
By that Three Bears Gully,
Yeah.
if you just kind of look around, there's a bit of a rocky stair sort of case that I believe connects you down to this trail. So a little bit harder to see. You also got to watch out for snakes and stuff around here. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice trail once you find it. Thought we were gonna have to do more rock scrambling back there to get down. Looks like they do have some ropes and stuff here. If you do want to climb up and down here, I think we'll try to hike along this ledge without climbing.
There's still a trail.
A deteriorated trail. Looks like I could use some maintenance. So yeah, we're thinking this might actually only be for climbers because they do have a rope rappelling. I mean, we could do it without climbing gear, but I don't know how intense it gets further back on that way, so we're not going to attempt it. We're just going to go back to the parking lot, do some more research, and come back with a plan in hand. Well guys, that was a fun fail. Didn't go as planned, but we still had fun. Still got plenty of exercise, still got plenty of views. So just learn from our lesson that doing your research before you get here makes a big deal. And also state parks that don't really map their trails that well, you have to do especially more research before heading to. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. You can also check us out at
DnSAdventures.com.
And as always,
Adventure on.
and get back in shape.